Okay, there's a lot to talk about in weather, even outside of just talking about waves. But we're going to start by talking about that because that obviously is a big factor in our forecast. And this is a look at Cayucas and so many amazing submissions in terms of photography today, and they continue to pour in. Trisha Butcher, a regular of ours, a good friend. Wow, this is incredible. Take a look at this out of Morro Bay and the jetty. You can see all that energy pouring over the rocks. We've also seen a lot of pictures of people getting fairly close to the jetty. And again, yesterday, Megan did a really great story about safety tips, and that's one of them. Now, Bryn, she posted today and said, wow, could you just get me on TV? I'd be so excited. This is the first time. And yes, I said we could do it. And she was really pumped. And wow, how about this shot? Look at that. The low clouds is kind of hanging in there in some of the valleys. That really captured some of the weather in the interior today. Of course, at the coast, with those morning offshore winds, we cleaned out the skies rather quickly. And remember, it rained a little bit yesterday, a few hundredths of an inch here and there. And what a quick turnaround. We'll talk about daytime highs coming up. But take a look at the wave heights here, 10 to 12 feet. That's at the buoys, meaning they're crashing higher than that, closer to 15 feet, depending on the face of the ocean at these specific beaches. But just taking a look at the energy just offshore, 14, 15 footers, that's estimated out at the ocean. And if we go a little bit further upstream, there's even higher wave heights, still looking at 20 and 25 footers out there. So west-facing beaches, we have that high surf warning. That goes to 9 a.m. tomorrow, 15 to 20 feet, max sets to 22. So hazardous surf conditions certainly rip, and you don't want to be too haphazard if you're close to the water at all. Now the south coast here, we're looking at 5 to 8 footers, but look at the high surf advisory all the way out through Saturday. And as I was saying earlier in first weather, just looking at all the activity in the Pacific, we're going to see moderate wave heights pulsing a bit, but all the way into next week. So the daytime highs did really well, above average. 70 Pismo, 71 San Luis, 70 Santa Ynez, Morro Bay 67. Atascadero, Rick, my weather watcher there, 62, 61 Goleta, Santa Barbara 65, 67 in Santa Maria. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Mid-50s South Coast, low 60s still in Santa Maria and San Luis Obispo. Even out along the Templar Range, temperatures are 50 to 55 degrees. The winds locally gusty out on the eastern portion and also through the passes and canyons, but otherwise most communities have winds under 10. What's going on? High pressure is building in here. The jet stream path is shifting to the north, so we're going to see a lot of this. Cold fronts nipping northern California, trying to push into this ridge, but getting deflected to the north. With the storm path to the north, not just this week, but potentially next week as well, there's not much in the way of real weather predicted in this forecast. This is as quiet as January can even conceivably get here out on the West Coast. This is extremely quiet weather, and that's why the Climate Prediction Center, through the middle of the month, is fairly convinced at least 50% chance or greater that we're going to be below average with even higher probabilities to the north of us. By the way, I showed this yesterday, had quite a few requests to get this back on, but the number of fires this year, 8,112 in CAL FIRE areas, burning more than 1.4 million acres. So if you want to glance at that in a little more details, check that out over on my Facebook fan page. And by the way, check out the photography. So many great pictures today under the community tab. So 71 Santa Barbara, 70 San Luis, 64 Paso Robles, 67 Santa Maria, 64 in Lompoc. North Coast, you're looking at low to mid 60s for highs. Same story in San Miguel and Atascadero. How about the deep interior? California Valley, 60 tomorrow, 62 Shandon, 68 AG, and Napomo. Going to be a really nice day. Perhaps the warmest day of the week, though. Thursday will probably give it a run as well. Solvang and Santa Ynez into the 70s. Goleta and Carp will be very close to 70. And the extended forecast here, you can see on the 7-day on the ticker and the 7-day on the screen, it's quiet. Don't have rain in the forecast. Some early morning low cloud cover in the interior valleys. That's going to be another feature, but I'd say partly cloudy to mostly clear, just some high clouds filtering the sunshine. Heck, the weekend might be 70 degrees. It's January. Richard, back to you.
Yeah, I was having trouble thinking of it as January so far.